Much. Right now, I want to bring in a key member of the House Intelligence Committee, Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi of Illinois. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Do these charges against Teixeira under the Espionage Act go far enough in your view?
I don't know yet. I think that they need to conduct the full extent of their investigation and also determine who else might be involved. We're going to have a classified hearing next week at which I think the Pentagon briefers can expect some very, very tough questions. How the heck is it that when we spend billions and billions of dollars collecting and preserving this information, that a 21-year-old Air National Guardsman can get access to this and then download it, print it, and then upload it to some random server to share with other friends? This is just mystifying.
Yeah, it certainly is. Should the government, you believe, Congressman, weigh intent here, or are the consequences for this suspect purely based on the actual harm to U.S. national security?
Again, I think that from a deterrence perspective, it's probably best to not necessarily just look at the intent, but to look at the volume of information and the quantity and quality of the material that has been released. There's potentially a lot of damage here, Wolf. And so from a deterrence perspective, I think that you probably want to show others that, messing around with this type of information and publicizing it has grave consequences.
Teixeira started posting highly classified information in December of last year, as you know, and his leaked documents began circulating more widely in the past few months. Do you understand why the Pentagon didn't catch these leaks of classified information sooner?
No, I don't. And I think that that's among the number of questions that we're going to be asking. But I have a couple other questions in addition to that, which is, why do so many people have access to this information? Last I checked, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence says that 1.3 million people have top secret clearance to some degree. And also I have another question, which is, how can it be the case that everyone has access to soft copies or electronic access? Members of Congress, we don't get entangled in too many of these classified document scandals, in part because our access is only to hard copies in classified spaces. And when we're done, basically those documents are removed from our possession and we're not allowed to walk out with anything. So we've got to really tighten up not only who gets to see these documents, but the manner in which they get to see them.
I was surprised, Congressman, that President Biden appeared to downplay this leak. Listen and watch this.
I'm not concerned about the leakages, and I'm concerned that it happened. But there's nothing contemporaneous that I'm aware of that is of great consequence.
Teixeira is accused of leaking the most sensitive government secrets, top secret, sensitive, compartmented information. Isn't that of great consequence?
I would believe so, sitting here, but again, I want to go into these classified hearings and hear exactly what is the damage done before I make a final judgment about it.
Teixeira has held a top secret clearance since 2021. Does the U.S. military, Congressman, need to improve its screening process?
Oh, absolutely. There are way too many people with access to top secret documents at this point. And I think that, quite frankly, I think that given this person's, inclinations and what he's been doing, I think that he deserves special scrutiny. And I think that the same scrutiny needs to be leveled at others with this top secret clearance. And we've got to narrow the group of people with access to this information.
Do you think this leak, Congressman, could have a cooling impact on U.S. allies sharing very sensitive information with the United States?
I would hope not, but I think that there's probably some friendly nations or allied nations who are rethinking the degree to which they share information with us because they just don't know that it might not, find its way into unfriendly hands. And I think that would harm our security And so I'm hopeful that we can reassure them, but they're probably going to want to hear us describe what changes are made as we go forward.
Yes, clearly some serious changes need to be considered right now. Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, thanks as usual for joining us.
Thank you, Wolf.